Okay, so I'm going to quickly just jump in why I jumped into this scalp long. Show you what gave me the conviction to jump on this. First of all, we had the hourly candle. Now, if we look at that hourly candle, it closed weak. And then I saw the 15-minute candle. So looking at the 15-minute engulfing candle, yes, the high got swept. But in this type of situation, it is anywhere good to long from this zone, from the wick. To try take out the next target. And then I moved down to the 1 minute, and then the 1 minute chart showed me that we might actually be breaking this downtrend because we've had the low, another low, and then that high got broken. Now we're coming to test this support. So I'm jumping in on this support, and we're just going to try target that 1 hour wick. So your 1 hour wick is right here. There's your 1 hour wick. So that's the zone that I want to try get this to. We're halfway through the candle, just almost halfway. I don't want to see this get swept because if this sweeps, then we're going to continue going down. So I'll leave this on the 1 minute, and I'll pause it and we'll see what the outcome is. But that's the reason why I'm jumping into this trade, and I will be posting this trade regardless of the outcome, just so you can see all the things that I'm looking for and what I pay attention to when I jump into my trades. Okay, good sign. So we've got that nice little push there. It came at a pretty good time, which is now broken out of this little downtrend that we've had. So that's a good sign. I did note this here, TP1, and this is the 1 hour wick. You can do a break of structure trade if you want to do that, which would be, you have to go off this actual break of structure. So this is the one that got broken. It's the one that I suggest using. So right there. So that pretty much comes right where that 1 hour wick is, which makes perfect sense. That gives me more confidence that this is a good trade. So I just want to come back to this, just show you what I want to see now. I want to see this broken. It'll most likely come into this 100 EMA to then go on to the 200. But I do want that original TP. So I'll be taking 80% of profit in that zone. And then I'll leave 20% just to run into this 1 hour. So once you start building your confidence in these trades, you could easily just add to it. While I had it paused, I actually ended up adding just because we saw the buyers, they're just stepping in here. So they want to take control of this this area now. And they broke their trend. So what we need is just this high time to get broken. It did wave out, but you've still got it pretty strong. They're just trying to get through that zone. That's why we're creating this little wedge right there. So I'd love to see that just gap out. See how the buyers stepped in? They didn't let this 15-minute candle go any further. They bought this whole zone, creating a long wick, and they bought it off of this wick. So I always say, wait for the wicks. Wicks are the best zones. Start buying in those zones. You can watch for a retracement. You can watch to see how it reacts. Right now, these buyers that have come in off of this wick will be taking profit there, and then they'll be going to the next zone, which is there. But yeah, we're aiming for that 1 hour. We're staying above this 100 EMA, so I don't know if this all sounds difficult. There is times where this can be a bit harder, but once you learn these little things and you look at the higher time frame and you match the higher time frame with your trade, you can perfectly execute a trade. So I started buying here off of that zone, and then I did buy a bit more here, and now I rebought in this zone. So let's just see if we can continue this. I want to get this broken, this area, sorry, that area broken, so we can make some new legs up. So I'm going to come back to this. I know this trade now looks like it's probably going to go lower, but I just want to show you the 15-minute. So the 15-minute shows me the engulfing candle that we had that jumped off of this 100 EMA. We've had the weakening candle here, and then we had our 15-minute bullish candle here. The buyers are now here, and that's what you see there. These buyers that stepped in, they stepped in right there off this week, because these buyers now are going to go, oops, these buyers that took this candle, now they're going to look to take their profit up here as well. So they'll have profit zones here and here, but that's just what I'm seeing. If you take a look at the 1 minute candle, it looked scary. So why did it drop like that? Well, the wick is there. That's the best spot for buyers to enter. We've had this 1 minute candle that got rejected off of this zone. So the buyers came in and they lifted it back up. Yeah, we got rejected off the 100 EMA, but we're still highly likely to now break that high, come into the 200 EMA, to then possibly get all the way into our TP zone. And then there, it might want to keep bouncing off the EMA. So generally, I don't like going against the trade. Sorry, I don't like going long when we are under the 100 EMA and the 200 EMA. I prefer longing when we're above it. But all the signs were there for me to jump in, so that's why I've jumped into this trade, and I'll keep holding this position. So we'll clear this chart up, and that's what we're looking at. And if you take a look here as well, this is your break. So the break happened. Now you're going to have break of structured traders that are going to come in off of that trade. And there's your TP zone for them. So something to look at. So I'm trying to show you everything that I'm looking at. Let's just keep waiting and show you the end result. So now, just because the 1 hour just closed, and that closed again above this zone, just watch out for sellers. They're going to be trying to sell in these zones now. So I've just marked it out just in the chart. I might take some early profit, but let's just wait for that confirmation first. I'm going to jump this back on. Man, it looks like we're going to lose this one. Everything was in our favor on that trade, but look, just got to take it as it is, I guess, and we see if we can get the next one. That EMA just kept pushing it down. Okay, so that was a loss. I did jump into a short just then. So now we're just going to go for a continuation. Damn, that was a good setup, but look, that showed everything that I was looking at, and we'll just have to keep going from there.